Oh, hi guys. Welcome. I just wanted to make this small clip just to clear out the different processes of making Umqombothi traditional beer. The first day is to you mix up depending on how much you're making, like how many liters you're making. So in this video, I was just making something very little, something around like 5 liters, of which is not that much because I was just doing like a ukamba, ngesiZulu. So nothing much. So the first day, what you do is you mix up like your normal milli meal that you cook up with at home. You mix umthombo wombila and umthombo wamabele, sorghum. So you put those into a bowl and you mix it with warm water. So the water level should be just above your mixture. Obviously, you're gonna mix it well, and then you will see you have to cover it with water overnight. The following day, it should be foamy. So remember, day one you mix up. Day two is when now, after like 24 hours, you're gonna see like little bubbles. That means something is happening. Like the fermentation is process just starting out. So that's day two, and then you boil water on your cooker stove. And then when your water is boiling, you pour the mixture onto the boiling water. You stir, until it start like really like bubbling up. You leave it out for like about 45 minutes, 30 minutes. It should be fine. So that's day two. You don't cover it. You remove it from the stove. You put it like on the floor where it's cold. You leave it overnight. So now day three. Day three, it should look thick. It would look thick. So don't let that alarm you. As a first timer, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this thing is too thick. Where is the traditional beer? Trust me, the traditional beer is in the in that thickness. So now day three, and then now your umthombo wamabele, the brown granules. Now you're gonna take a handful, maybe a handful or two or three, you put onto this thick mixture. You do like this, you mix it up. Now you're gonna feel that's okay. Now the watery part now is coming out. You mix. If you want to go in with another hand, you can do that. You mix, and then you take out the ivovo, a strainer. Now you pour onto the strainer and you strain. Now you squeezing out now the beer. The beer is gonna like now come out. You squeeze. It's a lot of work. It needs a lot of strength as well. So you're gonna go in, squeeze out, and then in a maybe like a plastic bag, you pour out the dried dough mixture, just so evolve your strainer is empty, and then you pour again up until it's finished. So that's how now you make the traditional beer. So that would be the traditional beer. And then if you see that it's not fermenting enough, okay, you're gonna leave it overnight now onto day four. So that's now you now you should be able to see like bubbles. If that's not happening, then you can buy something called ijuba and pour it there. It's gonna now make it like ferment fast. In this case with mine, I didn't even have to. It just happened. It just fermented like amazingly. So now the mixture is gonna be drunk on the fourth day. So day one, mix the dry ingredients, pour warm water, leave it overnight. So day two, you put boiling, you boil up water on the stove, pour the mixture. That's day two. And then day three, remember it's now thick. You put like a couple of handfuls of the sorghum, the dry sorghum. That would be day three. And then and you strain on day three. So day four, it should be, you know, yeah, it should be bubbling up. You should now see the results on day four, and that's your traditional beer. If it's not bubbling up, do not be shy to buy. It's either ichuba or there's a yeast, instant yeast, specially made for Umqombothi traditional beer. So you can also like put yeast, make sure it dissolves, then it's gonna ferment it really quick. So I hope you enjoy the video and you understand. I just had to like do like a voice so that you guys understand, just in case you get confused in the video. Bye. Hi guys. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to make Umqombothi traditional South African beer. So you're gonna need a container, obviously, depending on how much of the Umqombothi you need to make. So this time around I'm just gonna make something small. So that's amabele. You're gonna need umthombo wamabele, that's sorghum. And you're also gonna need umthombo wombila, malt in English. So you're gonna mix that in the container and pour warm water and mix well and cover it overnight. So your water level should be just a little bit above. So my water level was too small, so that is why you see the mixture soaked up all the water. So what I'm gonna do to make up for that is that the boiling water is gonna be a little bit more to make up for the missing water in the mixture. So that's my boiling water. So I'm gonna transfer that into the boiling water. Yeah, so let me just try and hold it. Okay, so you're gonna need a wooden spoon. Yeah, that is if you're comfortable, if you have, really. So you just need a wooden spoon. So I've already like now transferred it into the boiling water. So you're gonna have to stir until it bubbles up, stir until it boils. So remember guys, the first step, warm water, put the mixture overnight, and then the following day you boil water and pour the mixture into the boiling water like that. So this is the second day, just to remind you guys. Stir like that, and I'm gonna leave it like that. Now I'm gonna leave it, now it's boiling. I'm gonna leave it for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. And now I'm just washing that container. So I love to wash it same time before it dries out. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with soap because it has like a smell. There's a certain smell the sorghum makes. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's difficult doing it holding the camera, but yeah. So now just like going in, just like that, rinsing it out because there's no oil really, you know. So yeah, rinse it a bit even outside. And I'm gonna also rinse out the lid, the container lid, because I'm gonna need this container
for the following day, for the next
Okay,
day.
guys, so now
I'm gonna leave
we're going
the
on
meat boil for 45 minutes
day
and
number
then let it
3.
cool
So
down
now this is day
overnight
number
again.
3. Now you can see it's thickened out. Remember, don't be alarmed, the watery, the actual traditional beer is in that thickness. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put a couple of handfuls of dry sorghum, and go in with our hands to squeeze out, to actually like release the watery part of the sorghum, the traditional beer. So now there it is. Excuse me guys, I had already went in, that is why now you see like a little bit of liquid. So now I've put another handful, so now I'm gonna go in just like that. As you can see now, it's starting to get like really watery. So that's how it's looking like. So looks good doesn't it? So now what we're going to do is, now I'm going to show you how to strain it. So you're going to take your strainer of choice. So mine is Evolver. So now as you can see, like now it's starting to bubble up already. That is why I told you in the video in the beginning that I didn't even need to put Ichuba or any instant yeast. It's just worked perfectly. So that's what I went in with. So yeah, that's how it looks like. So now this is how that's Evolvo strainer. So you can use any strainer of your choice actually. And then that's the bowl, empty bowl. So I'm gonna now go in with a jug, scoop out, and then put into the Evolvo there. So what I realized is that my traditional beer was a little bit thicker, like just too thick for my liking. So I had to put it back just to release more water for like an hour, and then I strained again. So just here I'm just showing you how to strain. That's how you strain. So that's your traditional beer right there. So I just saw that it's just too thick for my liking. I normally like make it thick so that it makes you full, so but this one was just too thick and it was gonna like make me tired, so I had to just to bring it back and leave it for an hour. So now it's done. This is how it's looking like. This is now
Hey
the
guys,
following
so
day.
when it
This
looks
is
like
how
this, it
it's
means our
looking like.
ancestors
When it
are
looks like
happy.
this
So
in
this
my
is the end
culture,
product.
the
Hope you
ancestors
enjoyed.
are
Oh
saying
hey guys, I
yes,
wanted to
yes,
add that
yes. We
I
are
couldn't even
happy
like
with
add
whatever
other
you
things
are
to make
doing.
it brew fast.
This
It
is
just
happy.
happened. So
This is
everything
happy.
went
This is happiness.
super
That's how
well. It
a traditional
exceeded
beer
my
should look like.
expectations.
Just look at
Just
that.
look at
Happiness
that.
galore. Thank you so much guys
Thank you
for
guys
watching.
for
I hope you enjoyed.
watching.